Hello, Saints. This weekend is Easter weekend. Technically, it's uh, Wave Sheaf. It's the Sunday after the crucifixion, and it's when they bring that barley sheaf into the holy place and wave it there in the temple as a first fruits. And Sunday was first fruits. Jesus had been risen from the dead. He was the first fruits. And so type meets anti-type in that. And so what we have here on Easter, we call it Easter, the pagan name, but it really falls very close to and sometimes right on Wave Sheaf. Now, people talk about Easter and Christmas being pagan. Christmas is more pagan than Easter. And I've been Adventist places where they are closed for Christmas, but they're open for Easter. But if you're going to be truer to what's going on, you'd be closed for Easter and open for Christmas. I mean, because we know Jesus wasn't born on the 25th of December, but the resurrection day, sometimes Easter falls right on that day of Wave Sheaf. And so they actually coincide. So there's more truth there than you find in the Christmas celebration. But even though it's not normally something that we would celebrate, we should stop and pause. The world is ready to receive the message of the gospel, which is the message of the cross. And the final word of Jesus as he was there just before he died, Tetelestai, it is finished. He had completed his work, and our salvation was sure. Satan was judged at the cross. So that's very important. And normally in Adventist history, we've had a tendency to diminish that statement. Oh, that still had work to do because our sanctuary doctrine is so imperative. We focused it all on that. In fact, the very early Adventists, O.R.L. Kreuzer, even Uriah Smith, had said that the cross was no atonement at all. And yet Ellen White uses copious references to the cross as being an atonement. The cross and the work in the sanctuary go hand in hand and are part of the atonement. And so we have no qualms in calling the cross an atonement. And we have no qualms of saying what was finished was more than just the fact Jesus died, the perfect sacrifice. But he actually accomplished something there. And you see that in Romans chapter 5, in the objective cross, where he died for our sins and bore our sins upon the cross without even asking us if it was okay. But he did. We can make it our experience when we make it a subjective experience. And that's the right hand of faith that reaches out and lays hold of it. Then it becomes subjective. So it's very important for us to realize when he said it is finished, it was really very important. That was the end of the Satan's reign, really. We've been in the last days since the cross. I know it's kind of hard to imagine 2,000 years, but we've been in the last days. Satan has been judged. Think of it as when Allies landed on Normandy Beach there in World War II. The war went on from June 6th until the following spring. But when they landed at Normandy and got that foothold, it was over but the shouting. That was the beginning of the end. And that's what we can at least see the cross as. It was the beginning of the end. We knew Satan lost. He had been entirely unmasked. We knew who he was. So this is an important time of year. And I want you to think about what he accomplished for us on the cross. Because without it, we'd have no gospel. And with no gospel, we'd have no message. So acknowledge this day and get a blessing. Thanks.